Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitayah Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hema Shailabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakala Guna Nidhanam Vanaranam Adhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Prema Purnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahiteratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvaristhaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om, a warm welcome. Yesterday, we saw how beautifully Tulsidas ji said, Tumari Kripa, while prostrating at all the Santa Purushas in the past, who have sung Ramakirati, who have sung the glory of the Lord, the one who are writing now, the one who have already written in the past, and those who may be writing in the future, to all of them, Tulsidas ji performs his pranams, his namaskara. Tumari kripa, because of all of you, sulabh so more. it will be very, very easy for me. And already all of you have set the path. You have already built a bridge. So walking in that path is so easy, and I will take up that. Suani, Suhavani, Tata Batore. With that help, I will be able to be successful. Just as a cloth, when some embroidery is done, a simple cloth will gain value. Similarly, with all of your blessings and acceptance, my writing, my kavita will also be acknowledged and will gain value. With that, we stopped yesterday. Now the 14th doha we will read. There are 4 dohas, and then another very interesting is sorata. We will see that also. सरल कबित कीरति बिमल सोई आदर ही सुजान सहज बयर बिसराई रिपु जो सुनि करहि बखान सोन होई बिनु बिमल मति मोहि मति बल अति थोर करहु कृपा हरि जस कहूँ पुनि पुनि करऊँ निहोर कवि को बिदर घुबर चरित मानस मंजु मराल बाल विनय सुनि सुरुचि लखी मो पर हो कृपाल सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय. Tulsidas ji says, Sarala Kabita. I will write it in the very simplest language. I will not be using very, big words or with lot of vocabulary skills which I don't have, which I don't know. So, Sarala Kabita Kirati Bimala. I will now express the Kirti of Bhagavan, which is flawless, Vimala Kirti. Soi Adarahi Sujana. Sujana, good people, noble people will definitely appreciate and support. Adarahi, support. Sahaja Bayara Bisarai Ripu. This is a very beautiful statement. He says, generally, whatever we do, we always have some set of people who will go on pointing fingers, who will go on picking, who will go on finding faults. Their only job is to oppose. Like in the parliament, the opposition party, whatever good you do also, they have to oppose. Why opposition party? There are people who always oppose. It can be within the house also in many cases, or it can be outside the house, where our work, however good or bad, is always opposed. They want to make sure that whatever I do, the other people don't accept. So they will point finger, they will say, look at him, this is the way to do, is this the way to do? Like that they will keep on pointing. Doesn't matter. I will write it in such a fashion. How do I write it? With all of your kripa. With all of your blessings when I write. And when Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji's blessings when I write, naturally, even Ripu. Look at that sentence. Sahaja Bayara Bisarai Ripu. Even the one who hates me, even the one who does not accept me, even the one who goes on finding fault with me, at this stage, because of all of your blessings, even he will accept it. He says, I don't like that person, I don't like his way of writing, but however, this particular grantha, he has done beautifully, I appreciate him for that. Chalo. Like that, Ripu also will accept. Jo suni karai bakhana. And all those Jo suni who listen to it will definitely accept. Sona hoi binu bimalamati. Another very beautiful point he says. See, here we have to accept one very important point and we have to understand it very well. One is from the writer's standpoint. The other is from the receiver standpoint, the people who are listening. In both cases, while the Ramacharita or any grantha in that, for that matter, unless we have a clean, calm mind, then we will not be able to appreciate. We will not be able to see through the inner, import of that particular sentences which has been written. Mind has to be calm. Even in the Laukika Jivana, unless we bring our mind to a very still position, composed mind, collected mind, our work will not be able to, bring in the real skill. Not that we are not skillful. All of us are definitely skillful. We have that skill. We have not been able to bring it out because our quality and texture of the mind has not been taken care. This we will find even in the small regular cooking, let us say, at home. Whoever cooks very well, we will talk about them. If their mind is very good, the cooking also will be very delicious. Isn't it? The cooking also will be very delicious, meaning you will enjoy the cooking. When their favorite person is coming for lunch or dinner, the cooking will be very good. I am sure most of us will have this experience. We will tell that people, please come very often. Why? I will get good food. Not that they don't get good food on the other days. Isn't it? But that day will be very beautiful. Why? That person who cooks, because of the love and affection they have for that person who is coming, they will give all their mind with love. They will bring all their heart into cooking and they will be very conscious. Their mind will be pure. Their mind will be joyful. Anything that is done with calm and joyful mind, with love in the heart, that work must be successful. Others might find fault, let them find. So what? I am happy. Think. The other person who is finding fault with me, he is also happy because he is finding fault with me. Let him be happy. Chalo. Give him that opportunity. But let me not get disturbed. Let me give myself the best. Look at that. Even the enemy should be able to accept it. That should be my quality of work. And if the quality of work has to be perfect, then look at that. Sona hoi binu bimalamati. My mind should not be contaminated. Vimalamati. Flawless mind. Mohimati bala atithor. He says, for this work, what I require is a very pure and focused mind, which I lack. Let me accept. Atithor. I lack that. Doesn't matter. That mind which is so disarrayed will definitely come back to its senses, will collect itself, channelize itself, ordain itself, motivate itself, inspire itself, and give us the best. How? Because of all of your blessings. So much of insistence on elders' blessings, which is very important. Tulsi Das ji expresses that. Jo suni karai bakhana, sona hoi binu bimala mati, mohimati bala atithora, karahu kripa. I pray with folded hands, please have compassion towards me. Please have blessings for me. And then he says, Karahu kripa, Hari jasa kahamu. When I talk about Hari, the way I express the glories of Hari, Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji here puni puni karau nihor. Puni puni means what? Again and again. Again and again I will say, please help me. How? Bless me. Bless me. Accept me. Very, very important. Somebody may even bless. Okay, you will do well. Go. Like how we bless our children. Some people are there. The boy comes and does namaskara to go to the exam. I don't know what you have studied. You were not at all concentrated. Buddhuman you are. And now you are going and writing. Bhagavan knows what you will write. Go. Anyway, Bhagavan will only have to help you. Go. Then the person will not be able to write the exam properly. Isn't it? Bless. Similarly, all of you bless me. Karahu kripa hari jasa kahamu. Puni puni karahu nikore. Kabi kobida raghubara charita. Kabi kobida, meaning all those kavis, sadhu samaju, raghubara charita manasa manju marala. Most of them have already heard, already have reveled in what? Manasa manju marala. Marala, swan. The swan discriminates and enjoys in that lake, isn't it? It discriminates between milk and water. What does that mean? It knows how to take the best of everything and leave the rest. And revel in that beautiful pond. Swim in that beautiful pond. Similarly, all of you who Kavi Kobida, this great Santa Samaju, you have learnt the technique of swimming in this beautiful lake. Manju has got two meanings. One is lake, another one is beautiful. So you can apply this Manju to beautiful lake as well as Raghubara Charita Manasa. See, Ramcharita Manas is generally called as Manas. In the North India, when you go, they won't utter the whole thing, Shri Ramacharita Manas, that long they will say. In Manas it has been said. In Manas, Ramji, Chandraji says like this. In Manas, Lakshmanji says like this. Manas here means Shri Ramacharita Manas, this particular book, which is otherwise called Tulsi Ramayana. He says, Raghubara Charita Manasa Manju. This lake of the Charita, the story of Raghubara, is Manju, beautiful, in which the swan enjoys swimming. Similarly, all the great Mahatmas, great Santa Purushas, you revel in that lake. So, Bala Binaya Suni. Please also listen to this childlike writings of Ramacharita Manas. It is not childish. Childish things are different. That is murkha. Childlike is different. Childish is different. Childishness is funny, condemnable. But childlike is with pure heart, noble heart, without any wrong thinking, divisive thinking, all that. Bala Binaya Suni. Please listen to this Bala Binaya. Suruchilaki. What does that mean? It is filled with good feelings. It is filled with all good things, whatever I write. Mopara hohu kripala. Looking at the positivities, looking at the good, looking at all those which will help. Looking at that, please kripa karo. Karahu kripa. Hohu kripala. Therefore, please bless me. And then comes Sortha. The tune changes. Bandavu muni pada kanju Ramayana jehini ramayavu Sakhara suko malamanju Dosharahita dushana sahita ಬಂಧವು ಚಾರಿವು ಬೇದ ಭವಬಾರಿಧಿ ಬೋಧಿತ ಸರಿಸ ಜಿನಹಿನ ಸಪನೆಹು ಖೇದ ಬರನತ ರಘುಬರ ಬಿಸದ ಜಸು ಬಂದವು ವಿಧಿ ಪದರೇನು ಭವಸಾಗರ ಜಹಿ ಕೀನ್ಹ ಜಹ ಸಂತ ಸುಧಾ ಸಸಿದೇನು ಪ್ರಗಟೆ ಖಲ ಬಿಷಬಾರುನಿ. Sorta. He takes a different tune. He says, Bandavu Munipada Kanju. Again he prostrates to Valmiki ji. Munipada Kanju. Ramayana Jahi Niramayavu. The one who has gifted to this world the greatest Grantha called Ramayana. Just imagine if only Valmiki ji had not brought this Ramayana. After Valmiki ji gave Ramayana, so many hundreds of people have written. But he was the torch bearer. Ramayana Jahi Niramayavu. Next line is a very beautiful line. Sakhara Sukomala Manju Dosharahita Dushana Sahita. How many adjectives? What is it? Sakhara. Sakhara means harsh. You might be wondering, why is this word said first? With harsh words, at the same time, Sukomala, with such beautiful words, Manju, beautiful, Dosharahita, flawless. And the next one, Dushana Sahita, it also has flaws. You may wonder, Vedanta is very difficult, Swamiji. Like this contradictory statements, if you give, how will we have to understand? That is why Acharyas are there. Sakhara here refers to Khara. Khara is the brother of Ravana, who is very harsh in nature. This Katha has got Sakhara, and at the end, Dushana. Khara Dushana, both are brothers, who created so much of havoc, whom Bhagavan Ramchandra ji killed. Isn't it? Sakhara Sukomala. Sukomala. While talking about Sita ji, while talking about nature, while talking about all the beautiful things in Ramayana, that words were Komala, very, very soft, very, very beautiful. Manju, of course, very delightful. Dosharahita. Valmiki ji has written the entire Ramayana with flawlessness. No mistakes. Dosharahita. Dushana Sahita. One meaning is there are flaws also in my writing, but Dushana Sahita, Khara and Dushana together, both are there in this writing. But very interestingly, you will find, while talking about Khara and Dushana, the language was very harsh. That is why it is said Sakhara. And while talking about Sita ji, while talking about Hanuman ji, for example, it will be Sukomala, Manju, Dosharahita. Bandavu Chariyu Veda. I will now prostrate to all the four Vedas. Chariyu Veda. What do? Bhavabaridhi Bohita Sarisa. The one who will remove that disease of Bhava. The ignorance of Bhava. The ignorance of Brahman. All that it will remove. And then Jinahina Sapanehu Kheda. Very beautifully he says, these great Acharyas are those people who you wake them at midnight while they are sleeping. Even at that time, even in the dream state, when you wake them and ask, what is this Veda? Immediately they will be able to tell. That is the way they have imbibed the entire knowledge of the Veda. Kheda Baranata Raghubara Bisada Jasu. They will be able to speak about the Jasu. Jasu means Yashas of Raghubara. Bandavu Bidhi Padarenu. Bidhi Brahmaji. I now prostrate to Brahmaji. Again and again he says, Padarenu Bhavasagara Jahi Kinha Jaha. Meaning what? He has given those Vedas. Who? Brahmaji. He gave all those Vedas so that you and I can learn, gain the essence of it, and Bhavasagara Par. We can go across and reach the other side of Bhavasagara, which is what? Brahma Tattvam only. And then Santa, noble people, saintly people. Sudha. Sudha means nectar. It has got nectar also. Sasi, moon. Moon represents that beautiful experience, that coolness. Dhenu. Dhenu here represents Kamadhenu. All these Veda brings all of these to us. At the same time, along with that, Pragate Khala Bisha Baruni. It also talks about wicked people. It also talks about Bisha, poison. Now look at the contradiction. Santa Khala. Sudha Visha. All are available in Veda. All are available in Ramayana also. Earlier, I don't know whether you remember, I think in the 6th mantra it was said, Jada Chetana Guna Doshamaya Biswakinha Karatara. Biswakina Karatara. He has already created all of that. Jada Chetana Guna Doshamaya Jagat. Another beautiful doha, he concludes this particular section. Bibudha Biprabudha Grahacharana Bandi Kahau Karajori Hoi Prasanna Pura Bahu Sakala Manju Manoratha Mori Siyavara Ramachandra Ki Jai Pavan Sutta Hanuman Ki Jai Bolo Bhai Sab Santan Ki Jai. Puja Guruji, Swami Tejamanji would say, even though you don't know how to chant the other things, in fact, even if you may not have a book with you, at least Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai, Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki jai, Bolo Bhai Sab Santani ki jai, this much at least you can chant. So while you are listening to me, while you are listening to this talk, while we are chanting these 3 nama, you also please chant along. Alright. Vibudha. Vibudha, the one who are saintly people. 1, 2, godly people. The gods. We have got the celestial beings. So Vibudha here represents celestial beings. Why? The next word, Vipra. Vipra is what? Brahmanas. Brahmanas here does not mean that, as Gurudev, I always say, I refer to Gurudev's statement. He will say cross-belted variety. They are not those Brahmanas we are talking about. Those Brahmanas who have lived as a Brahmana. Brahmani Charati. The one who has learned the Vedas and who is also teaching the Vedas. They are called Vipra. Vipra in Sanskrita. Buddha. Buddha, learned people, noble people, knowledgeable people. Graha Charana Bandhi Kahavu. I fall at their feet. I touch their feet with all my humility and then say, Karajore. I fold my hands also and say, Hoi Prasanna. Please be pleased with me. In spite of what I am. See, this is the glory of Bhagavan also. Bhagavan loves all of us not because of what we are. If that was the case, Bhagavan would have gone away somewhere and he would never come anywhere near. Is it not? He loves us not because of what we are. He loves us and protects us in spite spite of what we are. And we may think, oh, Bhagavan is not giving kripa, Bhagavan is not showing kripa, he is not giving me whatever I want. Meaning what? We are not ready for it. One. Or it is not required for us to. Third, we may be given something much better later. This is a very beautiful anecdote. Our greatest president of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, he went to Swami Shivananji once. He had lost in his interview for a particular job, and then you can see it in his autobiography or in books, it is there. He went to Swami Shivananji. He said, Swamiji, I did not get selected in the for my job. What should I do? I feel like committing suicide. This is what he said. Then Shivananji said, no, don't get dejected. Bhagavan wants you for a better work. That is why he did not give you this. Therefore, don't get dejected. And Abdul Kalam ji remembers that all the time, all through his life. And he became the president of the wonderful Bharata Punya Bhumi. In case he had died on that day, we would have lost such a fantastic scientist. Is it not? Therefore, if something is not happening to us, that means something better is waiting for us. Bhagavan will never ditch us. Bhagavan will never push us down. He will always hold our hands. Again, not because of what we are, in spite of what we are. Therefore, Hui prasanna paravahu sakala manju manoratha mori. Please be pleased and bless me. And I will be able to, with that strength of your blessings, write this wonderful grantha and speak about the glory of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji. We will continue tomorrow. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om